Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Article in the description box for you guys. Go have a read for yourself. Where Deontay Wilder says that he's up for fighting Dillian Whyte. We'll get straight into his statement and then we will have a little chat about it. So, Deontay Wilder's statement. I'm up for anything. This is what boxing is all about. It's a strange business, boxing, because you may have a game plan going forward, but then something just gets something that interferes and messes up the plans. We're going to fight each other. That's just the bottom line. If we're in the heavyweight division and these guys continue to fight, we're all going to fight each other. But me and Dillian Whyte, definitely. If Dillian Whyte continues doing what he's doing, we are definitely going to get it on. Deontay Wilder's statement. Now, for me, I don't believe that for a second. The only way that this is going to happen is if the WBC order this fight. It's the only possible route. Wilder's had plenty of opportunities to fight Dillian Whyte and kept turning them down. In fact, his last offer to fight Dillian Whyte was for $8 million. That's more money than what he made against Tyson Fury. Okay? Now, and the reason for it, for me, I believe that Dillian Whyte is too dangerous for him. Tyson Fury, sure, he can box your ears off. Okay? But with Dillian Whyte, not only can he box your ears off, but he can knock you smooth out. He catches Wilder. We've seen Wilder doing a silly dance before. If Dillian Whyte catches him with that right uppercut or left hook, he's gone. Simple as that. He is gone. And Dillian Whyte is very durable as well. Very, very durable. But is this fight going to happen? Personally, no, I don't think it is. I would love it to happen. It's the fight that I've been calling for at least 2 years now. You guys know that. Above every other fighter in the heavyweight division, I want Dillian Whyte to take on Deontay Wilder. I've always been calling for it. I know a lot of people would prefer it to be Joshua because he's undisputed, and I totally get it. But for me, I want it to be Dillian Whyte because I'm so confident that Dillian Whyte will put Wilder out of our misery, take that WBC title, and then go fight Joshua for undisputed, which is what we've always wanted. But listen, I mean, Wilder, he is correct. I mean, the heavyweight division is booming and everybody does need to fight everybody for sure. But the problem is that Wilder is so used to fighting lower tier opposition, having to actually do a step up against somebody who's ready and dangerous. No, I'm not too sure. I mean, people may say Luis Ortiz, but Luis Ortiz was failing the damn medical 1 hour before the ring walk. He was having problems throughout camp. Tyson Fury's been out the ring for 2.5 years for back-to-back cab drivers. Then went to America and toyed with Deontay Wilder. He got complacent, got caught. The judges gave it a draw. It should have been a Tyson Fury win. But this is what I mean, that when Deontay Wilder steps up, he gets exposed. Luis Ortiz could have had him out of there. Had the referee stopped the fight at the end of round number 7, nobody would have complained. But listen, going forward, Dillian Whyte is the most improved heavyweight. Whether you like him, whether you don't, that's just how it is. That's my honest opinion. That's most people's honest opinion. And Dillian Whyte wants the WBC heavyweight world title. That's the title he wants. The others, of course, he wants undisputed. He wants to rematch with Joshua, but he wants the WBC. He wants to get that belt and then go for undisputed against Joshua. That's the route he's been going for the past couple of years, and it's almost there. But Wilder keeps on turning it down. He's always afraid. He even sent Dillian Whyte a private message saying that I can freeze you out for 2 years. I don't have to fight you. If anything, you should go fight Luis Ortiz. If you beat Luis Ortiz, I'm a man of my word, I'll fight you. Well, you couldn't because WBC sanction whether or not that fight happens. The WBC have done dirty by Dillian Whyte. They really have. They have dropped the ball big time. Hopefully the WBC will come out with an official sanction that says that Dillian Whyte will fight the winner of Wilder versus Breazeale. Obviously pending him getting past his next fight, where the WBC ordered Dillian to fight a Luis Ortiz, a Alexander Povetkin, or Ajit Kabiel, Adam Kalnaki, whoever it may be. Hopefully that will be the final eliminator. And the winner fights the winner of Wilder versus Breazeale. Because there'll be no rematch with Wilder and Breazeale because it's a mandatory. So, but anyway, I mean, for me personally, I don't think Wilder has any interest in Dillian Whyte whatsoever. I mean, I'll give you an example. When Tony Bellew said that Deontay Wilder, he hits the ceiling, he hits the lights when he throws punches, he's technically awful and whatever else. Deontay Wilder come out and says, well, let's fight a catchweight and I'll come and shut you up and blah, blah, blah. Dillian Whyte has said far worse things and the same things also. Didn't say a peep about him. Not a peep. Because Dillian Whyte is all wrong for Wilder. Stylistically, he's wrong for Wilder. For those of you who watch Dillian Whyte, he changes each fight. He improves in a little bit of an area where you're not too sure if he's going to. And he does all the time. So Wilder cannot prepare for Dillian Whyte because you don't know what Dillian Whyte is going to turn up. Dillian Whyte could turn up and be a back foot fighter. Wait to counterpunch. He could come forward and just box his ears off. Or he could come forward with destruction on his mind, taking his head off. Or he could go in there with nicknamed the body snatcher to go in there to crack his ribs. Dillian Whyte will fight dirty if he has to. Wilder don't want no smoke with that kind of fighter. It just doesn't. So hopefully the WBC do the right thing. I mean, listen, Wilder's not going to come out and say, well, no, of course I don't want Dillian Whyte. Of course not. So when you're asked about Dillian Whyte, he's going to have to say yeah. So of course now a lot of his fans say, see, he's willing to fight him. No, it's just words. Okay, him and his words don't mean nothing. You should have learnt by now. He says a lot, don't do a lot. I promise my fans, I love my fans and all this kind of thing. Never done it. Never once unified. I mean, for crying out loud. He's had over 40 fights. Nothing meaningful. He hasn't got a meaningful victory on his resume yet. Dillian Whyte, had he have fought Dillian Whyte way back when, even when I was saying, we'd be in a whole different situation right now. Personally, I think that Dillian Whyte would have took him out. But if Deontay Wilder manages to defeat Dillian Whyte, his stock goes through the roof. That performance over an inactive, unfit Tyson Fury gets quickly forgotten about. Victory over Breazeale does nothing for Wilder whatsoever. Even if he goes in there and knocks him out in the first 10 seconds of the first round, does nothing for Wilder. But a win over Dillian Whyte does wonders. Dillian Whyte is part of the top 4 in the world heavyweight boxing right now. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Article in the description box. Of course, go give it a read for yourself. I mean, is this a fight that you guys would like to see? Do you agree with me? And do you agree with Dillian as well? That the heavyweight fight that most people would like outside of Undisputed is Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder. More importantly, do you think that Dillian Whyte can get past and rip away that title from Deontay Wilder? And for me, I think that Dillian Whyte will actually travel as well, because we know Wilder has no interest in travelling. If you mention passport to him, he goes freak mode. Okay, he doesn't fight abroad. No. I'm not taking my title abroad against anybody who may beat me. Not at all. I want home cooking. I want to be on Showtime, and that's the thing with Dillian as well, because he's not signed up with DAZN. He's not signed up with ESPN, although there is like a lot of rumours that he could be. There's also some kind of rumours as well that he could actually be a sleeping giant in the fact that he could actually be going to Showtime when a lot of people are predicting him to go to ESPN. So you never know. Boxing is a crazy, crazy world, especially at heavyweight. But as I said, I do believe that Dillian Whyte, if he was to get hold of Wilder, it's good night Wilder. Listen, I'm not going to say that Wilder isn't going to make it difficult for him. I'm not going to say that he's even going to hurt Dillian Whyte. But ultimately, Dillian Whyte will land on him. He will go in there and trade. Dillian Whyte, is he the most effective boxer in the world? Well, he's certainly one of them. But boy, can he brawl. Wilder don't like people who know how to fight. Dillian Whyte will get on the inside. He will use dirty tactics. He will give him a cheeky low blow. He will go in with his head. He will do everything he can to crack his ribs. And he will knock out Wilder, I'm sure of it. So no, I don't believe for a second that Wilder will ever give Dillian Whyte a voluntary defence. There's an outside possibility, so I'm going to contradict myself a little bit here. That's if he can't get Joshua and Tyson Fury, which are the 2 biggest moneymakers for him. The next biggest moneymaker is Dillian Whyte, because he would love nothing more than to have a couple of fights with, say, a Dillian Whyte or a Tyson Fury to stay away from Joshua. Okay, he wants to freeze out Joshua. That's what he wants to do. And if he can't get Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte is a very good, financially lucrative option for him. So maybe he's going to get Dillian Whyte in the hope that he can freeze out Joshua and freeze out Tyson Fury for pulling out of their rematch. Anyway, I'll put the article in the description box. Go give it a read for yourself. Come to your own thoughts on it. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up. And, of course, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.